The interaction of technology and food goes back a long ways, and it affects not just what we eat, but how we live and the spaces that we live in. How do you regulate the interaction of all these new devices with good taste and good design? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So first, let me welcome Bruce Bierman, who is an acclaimed architect and interior designer and the principal of Bruce Bierman Design. Also, please welcome Steve Brown. Steve is the general manager of the Genair business unit and also a former practicing architect. And finally, welcome Jamie Drake, renowned interior designer, author, and a principal of Drake Design Associates. How do you see the kitchen integrated into the rest of this space?
I think it's important when you're designing that the kitchen is designed intuitively. When you're designing a kitchen, you're thinking about how someone moves through that kitchen.
You know, it's so interesting to see the evolution, both stylistically and aesthetically, driven by the appliances and the flexibility in appliances.
That's really a great area of focus, is figuring out, so how can you make the interaction with the appliance so self-evident that anyone could walk up to it and start to use it.
What do you think are the current trends in household appliances?
The first trend is one that we've already been talking about, which is consumers often expect to go from 0 to 90 now without any ramp up. We've developed this control, what we call the Culinary Center. It has 120 basic types of food inside of it, so you can tell it what you're making, and then it will take you through the process and help you adjust the cooking cycle. But on the other hand, you don't have to use that. If you know what you're doing, you know it's 350 and it's 40 minutes because that's the way your mom always did it, then you can just go straight to that one as well.
I think that kind of extremism is even apparent in the aesthetics of kitchen design and kitchen appliances. You're either talking about integrated as integrated could be, or you're talking about a professional look where it's all about it being exposed.
What I try to get people to think about is not necessarily designed for occasion-driven events, but think about how you're going to use the kitchen a majority of the time.
The kitchen is the living space, essentially, and so if you want a really refined design space, you don't want it dominated by any single element. And then in the case where something maybe can't be hidden, then making sure that it's a little bit quieter and flusher so that it doesn't really break up the lines. We try to kind of balance and cover both of those.
I want to thank Steve, Bruce, and Jamie very much for your time and expertise. Thank you all.